How good are the new Buffies in Brawl Stars? Well, this is part 1 of me ranking every single Buffie in Brawl Stars. First up, we got Shelly. I'm gonna be honest, her Buffies are pretty good. They're nothing game-breaking, and it's more of just a buff, as the name implies. All of her Buffies basically just make her a better sniper, which doesn't really help much because she's literally like a close-range damage dealer. I do see how they help you get long-range kills and how that can be useful. It does make her a little bit more versatile and useful in other game modes other than Showdown. But overall, I'm just going to give her Buffies a solid 6.5 out of 10 because they're honestly not the best. The next brawler I'm going to be ranking is Colt. Colt's Buffies are similar to Shelly's, as in, it just gives him a buff. Which I get is the point for Buffies, but there are other Buffies that were game breaking on release or are still really good and do more than just give him a buff. And I would probably rank his Buffies similar to Shelly's, but I think his Buffies are a little bit more efficient, especially with his Hypercharge Buffie. It's nothing crazy, but it makes it a lot easier to hit more shots on a moving target than you would be able to with his normal attack. And for that reason, I think his Buffies deserve a pretty good ranking, but his Gadget Buffies and his Star Buffies aren't insane, so I think I'm going to give him a solid 7.5 out of 10. Spike's Buffies are the last Buffies that we are going to be ranking in the Wild West trio. And I think that Spike's Buffies do the perfect thing without making him absolutely broken. His Buffies basically just make him do more damage, and it makes him a better brawler and more versatile, which can help him win more engagements, but doesn't make him completely broken to where you're too scared to actually play against a Spike. And with that being said, I really do think that Spike's Buffies are much better than Colt's or Shelly's. So I think I have to give his Buffies a solid 9 out of 10. And remember, I'm ranking these Buffies by how good they are, but not how good the brawler is. Moving on to Mortis, the first brawler in the Undead trio that we're going to be ranking. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't have all of his Buffies yet, but I have seen them in action and they are really good, but they're nothing insanely game-breaking. But I definitely think that they're better than the other 3 brawlers that we've ranked. And for a pretty good reason. Shelly's Buffies focus more on helping her get long-range kills, while Spike's Buffies help him do more damage. But Mortis's Buffies don't focus on a specific aspect of his gameplay, but rather they help him be a more well-rounded brawler. And while the Buffies cost him a bit of a rework, I'm just focusing on the Buffies themselves and not anything that they may have caused. So in that case, I think I'm going to give them a 9.5 out of 10. And I know a lot of you guys won't agree with me, but this is my personal ranking, so let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, now we got M's Buffies, and this is going to be a lot easier to rank than the previous brawlers. Her Buffies are definitely being outshined by the BB Buffies and the Bull Buffies, but I think her Buffies are still really good, and for that reason I think she deserves a really good ranking, but I don't think she deserves to be our first 10 out of 10. And I'm just gonna be honest, in my opinion, she was a little bit overrated when they first released. Most people thought she was the best brawler, but I really don't think she ever was. But her Buffies are still dominating in the meta, so I think I'm still gonna give her a 9.5 out of 10, just like Mortis. Now for the final Buffies that we're gonna be ranking in this video, we've got Frank's Buffies. His Buffies are a little different and weird. They basically just buff the star power or gadget or hyper, which is kind of the point of the Buffies, but they also don't do a ton. At first glance you'd think, yeah, that's definitely at least a 9 out of 10. But I would say they're really not as good as they seem. Do they make him a lot better of a brawler? Yes, 100% they do. But I don't think they're as good as most of the other Buffies, so I'm gonna give them a bit of a lower ranking at about a 7.5 out of 10. You guys can go ahead and criticize me in the comments for that one. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1K subs so I can get my own creator code in Brawl Stars. Keep on brawling, and I'll see you out there.